All right, well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. My name is Justin, and I am thrilled to be here today. Coming at you live from Kansas City. Kansas City is a city that is in two states. It is smack dab in the middle of the United States. It is the birthplace of Walt Disney's animation career. It is the homeland for Jason Sudeikis and his TV personality, Ted Lasso. And it's also a place that my mom calls a great place to raise a family. So shout out to my mom and shout out to Kansas City. Crema is a team of 50 people. We are a product design agency. We're a little over 50 and 20% of us are distributed. So just like that 50%, 4 of us that are on this call here are in Kansas City, and then Michael is in Washington, DC. But we actually have a little cardboard cutout of Michael right here with us, just so we can have him with us as we go. Yeah, Michael, in fact, would you mind leaving? I think I prefer to have this guy right by me. I'll make sure to set him up so that he's able to watch the entire time, so we get double Michael here today. So we are a digital product agency. We believe that design, technology, and culture can change everything. And that's why we do what we do. And we are always looking for great product managers, designers, and developers. So if we pique your interest today, we'd love for you to check out our website and check out what careers we've got open. When we were asked to lead this Baking Beautiful Boards session, we were really excited about the opportunity because making beautiful Miro boards is a part of what a lot of us do in one way or another, whether it's a 2-week workshop, whether it's a 3-hour meeting, or whether it's just a 1-hour design review session. Miro is essential to the way that we work here together at Crema. But one thing that's unique about it, and a unique spin we wanted to put on Baking Beautiful Boards, was the inevitability that at some point or another, anyone that's created a Miro board is going to have some time where we're listening to people process around the room. We're hearing them think through the problems and the agenda that we've laid out, and we realize that we're missing an element of the workshop. Not of any fault of ours, it's just that the conversation is going somewhere that we don't have an element for. And so as a facilitator, we have to say, okay, I want to break for 10 minutes. Everyone go use the bathroom. Everyone go grab some coffee and come on back, and we're going to do this thing. We're going to take a little side step to accomplish this thing. And then when everyone breaks, whoever's leading the meeting or whoever's the Miro wizard of the team is going to hastily rush through and say, oh, I've got to make this prioritization thing, or I think we need an icebreaker. Let me pull all these elements together and think really quick of how we can address that problem as soon as possible. And so that's what we're going to be doing today with this Building Beautiful Boards. We're calling it, let's play Miroulette. We're calling it Miroulette, 1, because the name is just too good not to use. And 2, because in a game of roulette, you never know what's going to happen. And similarly today, we don't know what we're going to be building. And now before I get into the actual structure of what we're going to be doing today, I want to pass it over to each one of our team members. So we're going to go Steph, Aubrey, Carly, and Michael. Would y'all mind introducing yourselves one at a time?
Hi, I'm Steph. I'm our internal brand designer.
I'm Aubrey. Oh, sorry. I thought you said Steph. Aubrey next. Did I jump the line?
Oh my, this is a shame.
We're dislodged now. All right. I'm Michael. I'm the director of product management.
I'm Aubrey. Right. I'm a senior product designer here at Crema.
I'm Carly. I am a product manager at Crema.
Wonderful. And I'm Justin Murtis. I'm a coach and facilitator at Crema. And what we're going to be doing today is each of us Miro experts in our own right, each one of us having different contexts for how we use Miro and different audiences that we use Miro with. We're going to each be building 1 or 2 of 5 workshop elements. So there's going to be 3 rounds, and then we're going to find out, we're going to get some bragging rights at the end. So what this is going to look like is as follows. We're going to go through 3 rounds. The first 2 rounds, we're each going to be spending 5 minutes building one of these 5 elements: a fun icebreaker, some sort of prioritization method, some sort of Kanban board, or a board that's going to mark what's left to do, what's in progress, and what's completed, some sort of roadmap element, and some sort of brainstorming activity. Each one of us is going to be randomly assigned that for each one. So for round 1, each one of us will be randomly assigned one of these, and we'll follow these descriptions. There's kind of a success criteria. And then for each and every one of these, there's a challenge and then a crazy challenge. A challenge is something that might add a little bit of constraints to make us flex our brain a little bit. And then a crazy challenge is something to really try and level up to say, how unique can we make this experience, or how much constraints can we add to it? Then we're going to summarize and say what we did, what our top priority was, and then what we're doing next. So each one of us is going to complete that first round. Then we're going to go around and be assigned to a separate one of those. So for instance, the first round, I might be randomly assigned to make a Kanban board in 5 minutes. And then the second round, I might be assigned to do a roadmap for 5 minutes. Then at that point, we're going to vote. And that's where we're going to rely on all of you to jump into that Miro board together. And you are going to compare and say, okay, was Justin's Kanban board better than Aubrey's Kanban board? Was Michael's better than Steph's, et cetera? There will be a winner, and oh yes, there will certainly be a loser. And down here, we've got the top maker, and then we've got the for shamer. And if someone advances several times successfully, well, congratulations to the top maker. And if someone doesn't advance, then they will be for shamed. But then whichever one is selected, so let's say, for instance, if this one is selected for the prioritization method, we'll bring it down to round 3, where each one of us will be randomly assigned to redesign, or not redesign, but to tweak and kind of polish up some of those elements. So again, what we're trying to show is how much work can you get done with in 10 minutes, 5 minutes of designing some element, recreating an element, and then polishing it up. Because ultimately, facilitation is all about that improvisation. The late president of the United States, Dwight Eisenhower, once said that plans are useless, but planning is essential. Similarly, the great fighter Mike Tyson once said, everyone has a plan until you get punched in the face. Well, so it is with Miro boards. We can do as much as we want beforehand, but it's all about what we do when we're in the middle of an experience. That really shows our chops. So some ground rules for what we're doing today. One thing and another thing to remind is that constraint is about creativity, not necessarily perfection. So some of us may try something totally out of left field. We may try something that's totally unique and then see what happens. And it may not be great, and that's okay. We like forcing ourselves to try new things. We are going to be working towards a final board at the bottom. So each one of these finalized designs will get brought down, and then we'll have a meeting flow from an icebreaker, brainstorming, prioritization, road mapping, and then a Kanban board to track it. So it'll be a really unique element when we wrap up. One thing that's not against the rules is using built-in Miro features and templates. But if, like for a Kanban board, if you went into Miro templates and you just use Miro's Kanban board, and then you said, all right, that's it, then we might say, well, I mean, you technically did it, but that was albeit a bit boring. So you can use it, but we're not going to rely too heavily on it. As for you as participants, or as you as an audience, we'd love for you to jump into this as we're working, to read the success criteria that we're working against the clock with, to look at the challenges, so that as we're sharing, you're familiar with what we're doing. And I'll direct you to say, now jump into Miro, and then let's jump back to Zoom while we're presenting, and just follow along with my cues. And then we're also going to do rounds of voting. Crema team, is there anything I'm missing before we get started? Okay, well then that being said, oh, also leave comments along the way. We're not going to have time for a Q&A, but we would love the opportunity to follow up on any questions. So please jump in, hit the C button or the C key, and leave comments, ask questions as we're going. We'll do our best to get back to you either during the meeting or after. And then feel free to check us on LinkedIn up here as well. Now, that being said, we are going to launch one poll in Zoom because we have this a unique way of figuring out who is assigned to what. So what I want you to answer in this Zoom poll that's about to come out is, which one of these icebreakers should our team use to be randomly assigned? And you won't have a lot of context, but that's okay. Which icebreaker subject do you want us to explore? Marina, would you mind launching that Zoom poll? All right, I'm going to give us 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, late night snacks wins with 39% of the vote. So with that being said, Crema team, I'm going to jump over here to late night snacks. So I want every Crema team member to jump right here. I am going to delete this here icon. Everyone is then going to select their avatar and drag it over what late night snack best fits for you. You cannot claim one that has already been claimed. Crema team, are you ready? Yes.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Oh, no doubt. All right, Steph, Michael, Aubrey, someone's got to move off of it. Yeah, Michael moves her mouse. Steph.
I'm on the bottom, so.
All right. All right. Michael's eating mice. All right. So this is the respective board. So everyone should know, Michael, you're working with board 1, Carly or Steph board 2, so on and so forth. All right. Marina should, or we should have a Miro link in the chat. I will send it out one more time, or could someone send it out one more time? So everyone should know which one you're focusing on. We're going to have 5 minutes on the clock. Is everyone ready? I'm going to stop sharing my screen. So I'm going to ask you to do is to go into Miro and to follow along what we're doing, okay? So we'll see you in 5 minutes. I'm going to turn some music on and we'll get going. All right, the timer is up. Fantastic. 88 participants. We're jumping in. What I want to do real quick is I want each person to drag over your, if it was yours, into that little area right there. Make sure you're retitled. We're going to go left to right. Michael, why don't you start us out? This is a fun icebreaker. Let's hear about it.
Yes, so for this, we're talking about emojifying your weekend. So describe your weekend using emojis. The idea is that using the Miro grid, folks can come in and add their names at the top, and then they can describe their weekends using emojis in the grid underneath their name. The very bottom is a place to rank based on laughs or the bonus points, perhaps for even using the fewest emojis to successfully describe your weekend to someone.
Good. And then tell us about a little bit about what you did in that flow.
Yep. So we use the Miro grid function just to create the basic table. And then we also use some text boxes as well, just to create the formatting. The emoji app is incredible just for being able to quickly drop in some visual emojis. Post-its for quick explainers, connecting with the arrow to the table with the grid in order to help direct where folks should direct their attention when doing this. Top priority for this exercise is just to have a way to create quick bonding for folks. Coming in from a weekend, it's maybe Monday or something like that when an icebreaker like this is being run. And so it's really fun to do something really visual like emojis.
All right, time's up for Michael. Next up, we've got Steph. Steph, we've got prioritization method. Take it away.
Okay, so the idea is that we start with a list of 8 items, but then we are taking a phased approach to figuring out what's most important. So first, each member gets 1 vote. And then from there, they have a chance to advocate for why they selected that, to maybe provide more context to the team if they don't know everything that would be involved, or maybe some potential blockers, and then drag over anything that got a vote. Same process until you get to the top pick item, their number 1 priority. So my top priority in this was providing context and understanding before the team makes a decision. Hearing from each person. And then what's next would just be creating, picking that top item. So I didn't get everyone a speech bubble, and I didn't get to the number 1 priority. So, but that's the idea.
Fantastic. Thank you, Steph. Moving over, we've got Carly with a double Kanban. Let's hear it.
Okay, so first I realized how quickly 5 minutes passes, and the goal was to have columns for, if things were in design work or development or testing, and also show if they were to do, so waiting to be picked up, or in progress or done. And the goal would be, and top priority would be to just clearly and quickly show statuses and whose court that item is in. And next priority would be adding more examples and a color key to indicate if something is blocked or some other status is in progress. And I also wanted to find a way to link some emojis, maybe to see, kind of connect people who were working on the project. If they're blocked and they need to work with someone else, I thought could be a really easy visual way to say, who do you need to connect with, and kind of add an emoji corresponding to, each person.
Well done. Love it, Carly. And right now, everybody, you should be in Zoom. Zoom is the easiest way to find out what we're doing. Just follow along, sit back and relax. For me, I had road mapping. My last name is Murtis, so it's road merging. I made it pretty simple. What I wanted to do is use a grid as a roadmap. The main reason I wanted to use a grid is because this challenge, responsive to adding new tasks or rearranging existing tasks, I wanted to be able to take this and drag it over and then make it like that. Now, one thing that I did is I have a little indicator, where are we right now, description, responsibility, and note. But you'll notice here, this happens a lot when we're talking with clients about road mapping, that roadmaps necessarily are less clear as they go on. And so I wanted to show the ambiguity that comes with time. And so what I did was I made rectangles the same size of these grids, and I made it a white with the opacity of 100, 80, 60, 40. This is a way of visualizing to say that this roadmap, although we've laid it out right here, gets increasingly nebulous, and we are less confident about the certainty of the roadmap as time goes on. So that's how I did that roadmap. And then I'd make it pretty because it's not. That's my next step. Next step. All right, we got brainstorming. Aubrey.
Yeah. So whenever we do these brainstorming activities, it often feels like there are often so many responses that it's hard to even start that initial process of sorting. So I created a step 1 where everyone would sort their own into what was the brainstorming item talking about. Was it referring to who, what, where, when, why, or how? So just bringing it back to those fundamental questions we've all known since grade school. So we'd initially sort by that. And then within each of the areas, the idea is you could then sort down again to get more specific within each of those areas, but just kind of creating an initial funnel to make sorting easier when you would go through and do that. So yeah, so hopefully that'll be pretty effective. And there's my little example stickies there. Also
Good
points
deal.
for most colorful.
That's right. All right. Well, we're not going to praise or shame yet. That comes when the audience decides. All right. So we have successfully gone through the first round. Congratulations, Crema. Well done. What we need now is we need to do a poll of which one of these next ones. So eliminating late night snack. Marina's about to launch a poll. Do you want to see Patronus? That's a Harry Potter reference. Hobbies, resting face, or mode of transportation? So let's get a look at that poll. I'm going to give 10 seconds. We're going to stick with this clock, and everyone is we're doing great on time. Thanks everybody for staying engaged. I hope you're tracking and following along. We're having a good time so far. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, ending the poll and sharing the results. We have the resting face, and then second is Patronus, but we're going to go with resting face for now. So I'm going to share my screen again. Please stay in Zoom for just a quick second. Crema team, are you ready? Make your way up to resting face. Michael's already clicked and ready. He is in and ready to go. All right, everybody ready? 3, 2, 1. I think, yeah. Oh, okay. All right, the respective columns are here. All right. These are all very good. Sorry, Carly, for yours. All right, so we're jumping in. We've got 5 minutes for the second round. Everyone knows where you're going, and go. And now make your way to Miro, everybody. If we can send that link again, hang in there, ask some questions. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody, make your way back to Zoom. I'm going to share my screen again so that we can all be on the same page. So make your way to Zoom and let's follow along. All right, this is Fun Icebreaker, and this is Steph. Steph, let's hear it.
Okay, so the idea is Mad Libs, but we also wanted to pull in some details for each person. So starting with 3 questions that they can contribute. So favorite holiday, current craving, and fictional character. And then they would each also come with an adjective and a verb. The white stickies would be voted on by the team, and then a shared adjective and verb for each story. And then you could reveal this. Whoa, it's like way behind there. Reveal the story. Oh, thanks, Justin. The Mad Lib that's hidden behind. Did it get deleted? There it is. And then each person could fill in. So bring in, favorite holiday. So you learn a little bit about each person, but you also share some laughs and collaborate together. So the goal is to learn a little bit about each person, collaborate as a team, and then have some awkward stories, I suppose.
That's great. Thank you, Steph. All right, next up, we've got, this is mine, it's the prioritization one, but I've called mine posteriorization, because I love the idea of finding out priorities, but also finding out what we're intentionally not focusing on. And I think sometimes teams cannot be aligned about what we should be focusing on, but I think there's a way of kind of getting past some of that talking past each other if we focus on what we don't want. And so what I was thinking here is, especially if a team is being highly frustrating and they can't get on the same page, let's come back and let's just all agree on the things that we're not going to do. And so that's where we're going to start. So everyone's going to vote on the things that we know, no matter what, we're not going to do, or we don't care about whatsoever. We drag there, and then we work up, as opposed to saying, let's start at the top. Everybody, what do you want to do? Because that's apparently for this team been highly contentious. This is an opportunity for us to find commonality, show that we're on the same page, kind of improve the team's decision making together, and then work that Likert scale up. So this is just a Likert scale of emojis and dot voting, focusing on what's agreed on, we're not focusing on. And then I don't know what the dynamics of like the middle vote is and how that goes, but that's where we are. Next up, we've got Kanbanopoly. Aubrey, holy cow, take it away.
Yeah, so I often find Kanbans, you always move left to right, and one of the challenges on the top was to make it not go left to right. And so I find things that repeat to be incredibly helpful. So I created something where it would work like a Monopoly board, where you would move your way around. So you would start with step 1, then your items would move down into step 2, step 3, and then once you got to step 4, my idea was you could either repeat back up to step 1 if you needed to go through that process again, or there could be a secondary process you would move on to if step 4 was efficient enough. And so at that point you could move down and there could be a second layer of Monopoly boards. So stacks on stacks of Monopoly boards. And yeah, so that was my idea.
I love it. And I'm assuming that if you land on step 2, that's the get out of project free card, and you just get to step away and not have to do any of your tasks for the next sprint.
Particularly why I designed this board, Justin. So thank you for picking up on those subtle cues.
All right. Next up, we've got Carly with the road mapping. Oh,
Okay.
so
So this one, I lost a couple of things I was trying to add, but maybe getting the trash one here. I called it TBD actually, partially because it is kind of to be determined. Wanted it to be a little more specific at the beginning, and kind of the goal was to have milestones at the top, and then have kind of the components of what features would need to be included to meet that milestone, and have them more specific at the, obviously closer to the beginning. And also wanted to then kind of incorporate components and show how some of this will overlap with each other, and yeah, and have a little more definition around the milestones as well as what I would add next.
that's great. All right, thank you, Carly. And then last up, I believe we've got Michael over here for brainstorming. Michael, take it away.
Yes, so I created an exercise called Sketch And. This is a play on something we do at Crema a lot in brainstorming discussions, which we call Yes And. The idea that you take whatever an idea someone just said, and instead of saying but, you say yes and to build off of that idea. So this is an idea that builds off of sketches. The idea here is that you start by uploading, somebody uploads an initial sketch using either the upload tool, or they can actually use the pin tool within Miro to go and create that sketch in that box. I'm a huge fan of the pin tool when using it on my iPad. After that, they can, the team can duplicate that and move it into the next box, where then somebody else gets to draw on top of that sketch and annotate it using the pin tool or the wireframe tool or whatever other tools in Miro. And you keep doing that throughout the team until you get to the end. The idea here is to foster engagement and collaboration of ideas as the top priority, being able to build off of one another's to create something really meaningful. And what's next is to create an example to help guide new teams to this.
All right. Well done, each team member. We have each gone through and made one of each of these. And now what we are going to do is I'm going to lock every element. Oh, I can't lock widgets. Oh, here we go. Let's undo the feature suggestion. Miro, can we please unlock widgets or lock widgets? Thank you. Okay. I think the only widgets here, oh boy. The widgets are this one. Can I deselect that one? No. Okay, well, I'm just going to trust everyone. We're going to send out an editor link. And what I'm going to ask everyone to do is to vote for one of each column. So what you're going to do is you're going to jump into Miro when I say go, and I'm going to give you access to vote for one of the 2 fun icebreakers, one of the 2 prioritization methods, and so on and so forth. You will have 5 votes total, only 1 vote per column. Whatever one wins, we will drag down into this column or into this row where we will take this for designing. All right, is everyone clear about what we're going to do? If not, please jump in the chat and let me know if we're not clear. How do we vote? Great question. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a voting instance. We're going to do 1 vote per object. Everyone is going to get 5 votes. I'm going to give us 2 minutes of voting. And I'm going to say you can only vote on selected objects. And those objects are, I think these are, there we go. I think we need to unlock these objects for them to, Michael, I think we need to unlock. So sorry about that. So I'm going to select 1, 2, I'm going to select these. And what you're going to do is you're going to go into Miro. I will change your link to editor link very soon. So don't jump in quite yet. This is going to be a little bit experimental. 10 objects selected. I'm going to start. I'm going to give everyone 3 minutes to put their vote. Again, 1 in Icebreaker, 1 prioritization, 1 Kanban, 1 for roadmap, 1 for brainstorming. Are we clear? Good. Okay. So don't vote yet because I need to give you editor links. I'm going to start it. Don't vote yet. I'm not participating. Don't vote yet. Share, change to can't edit. All right, now click on voting and we should see the voting session begin. Please
Justin's
jump in the chat.
Vote for his own.
That's right. I'm going to vote for all my own. Everybody knows it because they're the best. I'm just kidding, of course. And jump in the chat. If this is not working, please let me know. We want to get everybody voting in here. We want to know who should win.
I don't like my odds that I'm up against Michael and Justin in both rounds. So if anyone wants to give me some love, feel free.
Don't hate the player, Steph. Hate the game. Yes, the link for the board. We should have, if you see the chat, if you scroll up in the chat, there we are. Good. We got 124 people, 122 people in here. All right, we've got 73 people in here so far, and we've got 35 of them have voted. So we're about halfway full. I'd love to see all of those people get their votes in. And I'd love to see more people jump in too, 74 people. So we've got about 50 people that are on this call that have not jumped into Miro. So if you can jump into Miro, please jump in and do your best to vote. I see someone else just jumped in. Thank you very much.
Good news is I've got my own champagne in the fridge if I don't get an emoji champagne.
All right, we are going to jump in and start that redesign very soon. We're a little bit behind time, so you can stick around and watch us redesign, but we're going to announce the winners of each one of these and give some digital prizes, and then we're going to sign off. But we're all going to spend that time redesigning. So feel free to hop on the call, stay on, but the call only goes until the half of the hour. So the vote should be wrapping up here. We got 20 seconds left. A couple more votes. Again, we have 15 seconds left to get everybody's votes in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, voting session is over. Preparing the results. So I'm going to share my screen so everybody can see what we're looking at here. See the full results. All right, we've got some clear winners. So what we've got here is we've got the champagne that goes to posteriorization and a garbage fire to vote and advocate. Sorry for the garbage fire. The Kanban board, Kanbanopoly wins. Congratulations, Kanbanopoly. A garbage fire for Kanban board. Emojify your weekend. Oh, Mad Libs. Mad Libs took over Michael. Oh, the upset that we all saw coming. Congratulations.
I'm not gonna ever let that go.
That's right. All right, Road Merting beat out the TBD, and we have we got a pretty close match here with 5 W's and 1 H losing to Sketch and. So thank you for voting. Now I do want to acknowledge, so let's see, Steph won 1. Everyone, let me know how many you won, if you won any. Michael lost 1. I believe, I don't want to brag, but I do believe that I won both of mine. And I believe.
I would like to focus on accumulative votes, Justin.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to screenshot that. We're going to put this over here for cumulative votes so that we can remember. But what we are going to do is that there is a top maker today. And I do want to show one thing that what we have is, maybe I need to move this down. Sorry, where did that item go? Nope, it went away. So in case you're not aware, there is the CEO of Miro. Andre is a good sport, and if you look at the picture that he posted himself, he has a real good time. But the top maker actually is very close friends with Andre, and so what you can see here is a photo of the top maker celebrating with him. Look at that! Would you just look at it? Oh, what a wonderful game that they must have been having together. They always just hang around with sailor hats, so they're always having a good time. And then for the for shamer, so this is a sad thing to call out, but in case you didn't know, real-time board was actually the name of Miro before Miro got started. So this was real-time board, and unfortunately, Carly, your templates today made us real-time board.
Oh,
And
oh no.
and I'm sorry to say it. We all were shamed at some point today, but we had a good time doing it. There's champagne to go around for all of us. Stick around if you want. We are wrapping up. Again, Crema is a digital design and product agency based in Kansas City. Down here, if you go to this board about Crema, you'll see our website, our YouTube channel. We have tons of killer YouTube content for all types of product-minded people: design, development, product management, strategy, coaching, testing, and more. And then check us out on LinkedIn. Please share your learnings or insights. If there's anything that piqued your interest today, share those on LinkedIn using @Miro, @Crema, and then #distributed2020. Thank you all so much for joining today. We had fun. We hope you did too. And we'll see you on Miro. Bye, everybody. All right, and if you're going to stick around, Crema, I'm going to set that 5-minute timer, and we're going to take that one. The Zoom poll. Yes, if Marina wants to send out that third Zoom poll for the faithful that are remaining on with us. All right, which one should we use to assign that third phase? I'm going to give us 10 seconds here. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hobbies wins out just barely. Who saw that coming with a 1-vote swing? So Hobbies, let's come in over. All right, Crema, come on up. Let's get ready to go. Everybody ready? 3, 2, 1.
Oh, whoa. All about the dice. I did
Oh,
not.
Carly is gone. Wait, hold on. Where did Aubrey go? Aubrey and Michael.
I'm pretty sure I was there
You
first,
beat you.
Michael. I was on the bottom.
Oh, I mean, that gives Michael a mouse. Michael is.
Oh, no, again.
Again.
I was there first. I was in the dice first.
We'll have to watch the recording later. Michael, you get the mouse because I trust Aubrey's words. So let's all go down and redesign this board. So I'm going to take that third board. But Michael, you've already had the first one. So I don't think Aubrey has. So Aubrey, you're going to take that. You're going to take number 2 or number 1. Aubrey's taken 1. Michael's taken 2. Steph's taken 5. I'm taking 3. Carly's taking 4. And I'm going to give us 5 minutes to just redesign and just tidy some board things up. And we're going to see what we do. Goodness gracious. This one felt impossible. All right. Is anybody else still hanging out with us? We got 62 people. Hot dog. All right. I'm going to share my screen and we're just going to walk through and hear what everybody did. What'd you focus on? And why'd you do it? I didn't have time to fill mine out, so I apologize for my hypocrisy. I feel like my title should be revoked. All right. Aubrey,
I also forgot about the stickies on this one, my bad.
No,
So
I'm
I
good.
just took what Steph had initially laid out and I readjusted the format a little bit so we could add some voting. So everyone, you could vote for the best holiday, vote for the best fictional character, and vote for the best current craving. And then once those were selected, you could then drag those up to overlay. I was trying to make them the right size and I didn't quite get there. But you'd be able to drag them up
Cool.
and put them
Hold
over
on,
the
Aubrey,
actual spots.
if you make them rectangles,
Oh, wow. Look at you go. Look at that.
look at there. Come on.
Justin Mertes, ladies and gentlemen, with his rectangles. That was incredibly smart. I was like doing way too much work trying to make that. Okay. Anyway, so then you could draw them up and you could kind of have voting incorporated and whatnot. So just kind of little adjust on what Steph had originally done with the great concept.
Mm-hmm. Love it. All right. Posteriorization. Michael.
So I was in arguably the most difficult position of this entire.
Justin, you
Great.
just deleted everything.
Yeah. That's shows you what I think about your work.
Just letting you know. All good.
All right.
All right, so now that we know that everything I do right now could be deleted, I'm going to try to bite it. But I really was focused on just cleaning up an already awesome exercise for something that could be added to a shared template library. Something we do at Crema is we love being able to add things like this to our shared team library, so we can just easily drop them in as an exercise with any sort of sessions that we have with our clients. So for this, I framed the exercise so that it can be used for present mode and easy facilitation and navigation within a larger Miro board. And also added in a description area as well, where instructions do need to be filled out. And then the dot voting building block that Miro has in the template library. I love dropping that in just as a quick way to give folks access to the dots.
Good call, Michael. Kanbanopoly. I focus on some functionality here, some things I would want to see in a Kanban board are milestones. And so I thought about, an idea would be that maybe we can make a little design library of like for each one of these, just like in Monopoly, we always know what the title is, we always know where this is. Maybe we can make these cards so we can have more detail, but at least having a milestone indicator and then a person indicator. Each of these people are from thispersonisnotreal.com, or is it this person does not exist? This person does not exist. These are all AI generated people.
I feel like they're definitely real.
I know, I feel like that too. That's what's so scary about it. And then I added blocker lines to show parent-child relationships that these are contingent on this happening first. So those are some functionality things that I added in. All right, road merting.
Okay, so this was, thank you. This is a little tricky, but few pieces moving around that I didn't grab all of them at once, but I wanted to add just some emojis. I often like putting like pictures or emojis if I can next to things, just to give like a quick to your eye associated with the word too, just so it's not a lot of text. I think I wanted to perhaps add a row above, maybe to say kind of just like before getting into like a more lengthy description with a more brief like overall category or what the task is or feature or whatever it may be. And then I started to think about adding something down here with the stoplight, kind of where my head was at there is kind of if it's like on track or not, is what I wanted those status indicators to look like. I did not, and I also filled on the sticky notes. I was zoomed in way too far. I didn't see them below. So
no.
But that's kind of
like, especially if it's something so task heavy, making it visual and something easy to see at a quick glance, huge. All right, Steph.
This is, what did I do? I don't exactly know. I tried to come up with examples. Michael's board was already so like, it made a lot of sense to me. I liked how we already had the emojis in there. So I just tried to show like the idea that we're building on ideas and getting more input from the team. So good job, Michael.
This looks way better.
Oh, I gotta get used to the pen I'm used to like the pen tool in Figma. I was like, what is, I used the pencil for this, but.
All right, so now I want to, I'm going to take each one of these, actually just take yours, highlight it, and then bring it down and paste it into this kind of finalized area down here. And then we kind of have our own, all of these are like totally net new Crema things. And I already see some of these applying, exploring some of these, experimenting. Bring it in. Fantastic brainstorming, road mapping, ice breaking. And while you're doing that, Crema team, just so you know, the photo of me and Andre, I did one of all of us. So I'm just gonna drag those in over here just so we can all have those, just because they're fun. So in case you want to see what it looks like when you're hanging out with Andre, that's what each of you would have looked like. And then here's us. Here's us hanging out. We're having a great time. All of us, like we're like his peacock feathers. How about that?
Biggest fans. I feel like we all need to invest in a sailor's hat.
I know. Yeah. Well,
Good luck.
he bought me my sailor's hat in this picture.
Did he sign it too?
That's right. Yeah. Well, actually, Captain, that's what he asked me to call him. It's kind of weird, but I'm okay with it. All right, road mapping. All right, so here we go, Crema. Congratulations. We went through this rapidly. Thank you all for staying on. Thank you for voting. Thank you for your kind words in the chat. I definitely think that some of these have potential for making their way into the Miroverse. But I hope that you see that constraints force creativity. Each one of us tried new things. We each explored with new things. We each did things that were great and then did things that weren't great. And that's part of the purpose of stuff like this. But it's also to say that with Miro, you can get a lot done in a very short amount of time. And any one of these looks like it's a professional something that's ready to go for a meeting that you're leading or a workshop. And so that's just a proof, not just of Crema's experience with Miro, but of what Miro makes possible. And so we're thrilled to be able to present this to you. Thank you, Marina. Thank you, Miro, and have a fantastic day, everybody.